Happy Friday, friends. I'm as always TM Daddy RPG here to bring you the happy tabletop fun times through your week. We are back tonight with Isle of Osmo.
He's broken. Sorry.
Reality show D&D. There's been fun conversations happening in chat before we went live. But it's fine. It's cool. It's great. It's perfect. I'm DM Daddy RPG. More hype, more excitement. Let's go. We are joined tonight by Rhyme Tongue, portrayed by Deadly Ambitions. Delore, aka Tulip, portrayed by Artie Do 2. Gideon, portrayed by Gland Dizzle. Kier, portrayed by Chef Core Hall, as they have changed their Twitch name. And I want you to know, Ashley, you're also filled out on the sign-up form this way now, too. Calamia, portrayed by Magic Ashley, Ashley the Mage, Ashley the Brick, Ashley the Witch, the Brick. Yeah.
You haven't filled out on the sign-up sheet that way.
Yeah, it's in shorthand, so it's like Ashley, TB, TM, MA. like I'll share you my screen later and show you.
Please, I believe you, but I still want to see it.
Today I created a level 6 character that deals 125 damage first round of combat following the Adventure League rules. Why?
Because why not?
See?
I wish I had that recorded.
It's things like that. It's things like that that make me question this genre of tabletop gaming.
I wish I had that recorded. On my screen, you were Matt, you were directly to the right of Deadly. So when you read that and slowly looked up to your left, you were looking at Deadly on my end.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful. That makes me happy. Guys, I hope everybody's week was good. I'm sorry that we missed Scion last night. My work sometimes gets dumb, and sometimes that means games have to be missed. But that's okay, because in Season 3... that won't be an issue anymore. What's that? Season 3? Why, we have active signups happening right now, guys. If you would like to play in any of the games coming up, make sure to bust on over to that Discord. Join us. Come talk with us. There's a link posted in announcements for signups. Very easy. You click a couple droppy downs, you type in a couple of things, and then we get back to you later to let you know if you're playing in a game or not. Patreons get to auto-lock a game, one of the games, if they so desire. Let's see, that was our Discord. But yeah, open signups are happening. The forum's live for 2 weeks, and then we'll take it down, and then we start parsing out what's going to make a really good group of friends role-playing through our Halloween season of tabletop gaming. We've got a very spoopy question mark game called Death's Door that will be run by DM Mommy, not DM Daddy, aka Jen of Thieves. I will be playing, so you guys get to experience the full joy of me as a player. Then we have on Saturday, we will have a 3rd edition Vampire the Masquerade Sabbat game. We're going to be terrible, terrible monsters heading towards our terrible, terrible yearly ritual of evil, aka the Paula Grande. Hence the punny name, Paula Grande Time. And then
I did not even realize that until you said it just now.
And then Sunday evenings we will be having Hunter the Reckoning, another White Wolf game. The Discord voted heavy on White Wolf this time, which is perfectly fine and great. A Hunter the Reckoning game where you guys are gonna try to kill bad things. Think of it like the movie Fright Night, kind of. Only instead of being a dumb, stupid high school teenager, you're actually a hunter. But there's big evil happening in New York City. The hunter's gonna kill it. I also already love the NPC that I made for it, because his hunter net name is called Woke as Fuck. If you know anything about Hunter, they're awakened. I'm a simple creature. But that's the future. This is the now. Have you checked out the YouTube yet? Give me a like and subscribe over there. Watch all the things that have led up to the moments here and in the other games and all the other games. Guys, I have I started doing math on the hours of tabletop role-playing that exists on my YouTube. It's dumb. But that just means we've been doing this for a while, and we're having a great time. And then, of course, I mentioned it earlier, Patreon. Is there a game that I just described that sounds really good to you? You can auto-lock a slot on Patreon for an upcoming future game. Reserve a slot. You don't have to worry about will Matt and or Jen pick me or not. It also gives you a lot of cool things like free channel redeems that you can use to mess with or help or mess with or hurt or mess with your favorite characters in a game for free, not costing you your favorite good little bits.
And they refresh weekly.
Also, final plug. Even though he apparently is not subscribed to me anymore, which is fine, I understand, it's cool. Koi, our boy Koi.
I think Koi died.
No, Koi is very much alive. I talked to
He's
Koi.
very much alive.
I talked to Koi pretty regularly.
I meant like Twitch-wise.
No, he pops up in here and lurks.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Koi, if you need content, if you need like videos like the badass thing that played at the start of this stream, if you need screens, if you need music for your streams, anything, Koi is your boy. Please hit up our friend Koi. Give him all your love, all your money, all your support. He is worth every single penny, and I will say that till the day I die. Because I love him.
He also does theme music.
Yes, he does. That's if you need music for your stream. I said that. Did I say that, or did I think it?
I think you did.
Not important.
He thought it.
All right, let's see here. Who's going to be my first victim tonight? Kier, tell us some stuff that happened last game.
Well, last game we started off at the fire in the large clearing next to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Kalmia went over and was looking around. It's like, okay, up north there's a blizzard, and over here to the left there's a mansion. After quite a bit of debate and some people just generally walking away towards the mansion, we went and did that and found out that we are actually doing the bonus level first.
Bonus stage.
Also, there is a significant amount of inherent anti-metallic dragon racism going on in and around D&D.
Look, I didn't make D&D, okay? That's by the book.
I didn't.
It's not me.
The racism is that
I didn't do that.
consistency.
I know you didn't do it. And the
All
people
right.
who did died, so I'm not upset, but still.
Kalmia.
Once we came into the mansion, someone, Tulip, answered a question for one of the little white wormlings that we had.
You
that
didn't know it was a white
door.
wormling yet.
One of the little mysterious voices asking if we were the champions. Tulip said yes, and Tulip and Kier proceeded to get their shit wrecked by, how many was it? 7 white wormlings?
6. One of them was slept.
We are not leaving you out of this. You got your shit kicked a little bit too.
Yeah, I did.
I think everybody did at one point.
Everybody did
I'm
at some
sorry,
point.
I took 6 breath weapons to the face.
Anyways.
Sadly, your mic did not work.
Delore.
Alright, so yeah, we fought some white little wormlings. And yeah, we got our shit rocked a little bit, and the big white wormling also like came down upon us while we were fighting the little ones. And so luckily enough, we had a very smart and clever and powerful person disguised as a white wormling in a robe that casted, what was it, fear on the big wormling?
No, it was something else. I don't know.
Phantasmal
Made him-
force.
I don't know.
Yeah, he made him fight in his own head.
Yep. So he fought himself.
Matt was
Prime
super
time.
happy about.
Ryan, so as the party up top continued to get fucked, Gideon went down into the what I would call the basement. As he did, the wormlings followed, and they proceeded to play tag in a very small environment while Rhymetongue watched.
Yeah.
And Gideon, take us home.
Well, long story short, we figured out that opening the chest and removing the contents made a dragon explode.
Hey.
They no longer lived. So I was immediately running to each chest, trying to pop them open as quick as I could, while dodging bites and claws and bite. And I got all the way down to, what was it, 2 left? Before they popped me down.
Before they finally got you.
And then thanks to a gracious generosity from somewhere in the audience,
Yep.
I was able to return to consciousness just in time while they were starting to face down Rhymetongue, and was able to pop the chest open behind their back.
Yeah.
And finish them off.
A lot of loot, a lot of awesome, and there was even a level up for clearing the bonus stage. Heck yeah. Only real important thing of note to note is someone did indeed fail their death saves. And sweet innocent Delore was sent back to the last spawning point. But she managed to catch back up. She was just taken out of the fight entirely.
Yep.
Again, super sweet Gen Con exclusive shirt. Big thanks to Dolly Cakes for bringing this back for me from Gen Con. Gen Con is weird. I recommend going at least once if you can. It's cool if you got money.
I really wanted to go this year.
Maybe next.
I feel that, Matt. GalaxyCon broke me.
Yeah. Well, Gen Con's weird because you have to pay to do anything. Like it's all like got microtransactions and stuff with Gen Con bucks. But who knows? Maybe next year we could coordinate a group outing to Gen Con.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
We'll see.
I've been to Gen Con one time and I left there with more shit than I needed and a whole lot less money.
That's how they get
That's
you.
the point.
That's how cons work.
That's how they get you.
Did the
Who
same
knows?
thing at Origins in 05.
Who knows? Maybe if this continues, maybe I'll be running games at Gen Con. I don't know. Things are weird. Life is strange in a good way, and I love it. And yeah, all right. So that's where we left off. Here we are in this rundown mansion. You guys gathered around a fire, and hey, look at that! You're long rested and fully healed and everything. It's great. It's awesome. Wonderful.
I'm not dead.
No, not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
And that's where
Again.
we're picking up.
Everybody's here. We're all eating. We're all good.
I mean, some of us aren't eating. Some of us have eaten.
Eated of the feast that was provided.
Well,
Feast that was provided?
There was a feast provided. correct?
Yeah, so that was the last thing that happened last game. The whole feast was splayed out.
Yeah. I'm still just looking at him for his verbiage, but, you know.
All I remember is the long rest.
yeah, that's all I remember too. But in that case, snack.
So that was a thing.
I start pulling out all the stuff that I pulled from downstairs.
Ooh.
We have
Shiny.
stuff.
Let's not forget, you are just incredibly blue now.
Gideon, so like you see my background
blue.
with like all the blue and the big blue light. Gideon is just blue.
I am a.
Didn't you get like 3,000 blue or something like that just from the chest down below?
More than that.
Yeah, I made sure he got it. Like any chest that was there too. That he took all of the money, not me. I don't want blue.
Out of everything that we
So-
have,
Since we are surrounded by white dragons and a couple of metallics, why do you look like you rolled in a blueberry patch?
there was a lot of blue gem rocks in the chests.
That's what
I
we're calling
swear-
it now.
That's as far
If
as
you
I
had-
got.
If your face was just a little bit, more draconic, I think you could pull off the blue.
Nah, he
You know,
looks like
it's
a Genasi.
You know, it's a good
that's
thing
what
only
it
us.
He looks like a Smurf.
What's a smart?
He looks like what
It's a
happens
good
to his
thing only
friend.
us,
Hmm.
and the one shopkeeper
it?
can see the colors.
What is a Smurf? Is that another?
It's like a gnome,
another
but if
draconic
someone just...
culture?
it's a
They're
gnome,
legend-
but if you hold
they're
the neck
legend
too
for my
tightly...
home, then.
You hold them tightly. It's like a big, nice bear hug.
No, like you
Well-
run the throw. They start
Well,
to
why
turn
would
blue.
you do that?
You turn
That's
them into a
not in my
smurf.
legends.
It's called smurfing.
Just hold them.
So if I walked up to you and said, I hope you get smurfed, you'd know what I meant.
Yes.
Someone write that down for later. I have an idea.
I'm gonna take a note.
It's smurfing time.
No.
Smurf, mighty Smurfing time. All right.
Out of character, we were gonna
Anyway,
we're gonna demonetize this.
A
Anyway.
voice echoes through the mansion. It's like, could we please stop talking about other copyright infringements, please?
Sorry.
We do not have the licensing to discuss other shows.
Corey's like a
Sorry.
solid 20 minutes.
Back on the topic.
Back on topic.
There were
Fine,
items
fine.
in the chests. There's things. And
yeah, Gideon, what
All
all
the-
did you get?
I pull all the things out. Okay, first there was this axe, and I pull out the great axe. That I don't know much about it, but it's a great axe. And then there was also this sword. It's a glowing great sword.
Because bastard swords aren't a thing in 5th edition.
There is this dagger. By the way, 3 of these 5 things that I have, I had to use to try to stay alive. One of those was the dagger. Then this cloak. I take the cloak off and set it to the side.
Adjust your stats.
Yep. Let's see. That's that. And okay. Ba-ba-ba.
Before we forget.
Mm-hmm.
What does the cloak look like? Is it like a brown cloak? What is it?
It is a very fine looking green cloak.
Ooh.
And then there was also this amulet, which that was the first thing I found, and I put it on, and it's cold resistant. It's resistant to the coldness.
That could be.
That would have been
Why do you-
useful while we had the dragon.
Quite
Yeah.
useful, yes.
Oh yeah.
Cloak as well. There's a dragon hooded cloak.
Deadly everything before as well. Didn't
Son
come
of a
through.
bitch. As well as this hood, this cloak as well. It's a dragon hooded cloak.
Very nice articles of clothing.
Hmm. So, 5 items, 5 of us. It seems to me that there's 1 each.
I mean,
I will go ahead and say the like I said, the amulet does me no good.
Who's feeling
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
right now?
I mean, we're sitting around a fire.
I was gonna say shit.
Kind of their own fault.
Okay,
Please,
who
forgive
feels
me.
cold the most?
please forgive me if I am wrong, but I haven't been around a lot of out of character. What are dragonborns? Never mind. All right, back in character. I haven't been around dragonborns very often in my life, but are you like reptiles? Are you cold-blooded? Do you need something to keep you warm?
My dear, we do not speak of such things in public.
We call us lizards.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna like turn around in my
He's
seat.
clutching them.
I mean, if you were at the tail, you'd be more of a lizard.
Just be quiet.
No.
Call a sheep a ram?
Yes.
Are they not rams?
Yes, you do.
Horns that
So, dragons are typically a type of lizard, yes, but don't call us it. It's mean.
I didn't call you lizards.
We are warm-blooded normally.
Okay.
However, should you encounter other Dragonborn, traditionally, insinuating we are something other than traditional humanoids is considered somewhat insulting.
Noted.
Unless, of course, you're that one, in which case you can insult him all you want.
So Gideon, you got a great sword, a great axe, and a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Two of those I can't use. One of those, I mean, I've got 2 swords already, so I mean, unless one of the others wants the dagger, I'd say it's fair game for you.
Honestly, the one that benefits me the most would have been the cloak.
Take the cloak then. Go ahead. And
I
shove the
didn't
cloak
want to lay
there.
claim to anything without discussing amongst the group first.
Is the...
I would say
Is
that you
the-
found it. You should have first pick.
It's only fair.
As I do like the dagger. It's a very nice dagger.
I sense a butt coming.
Yep, but the cloak, I believe, grants me more utility.
And also, hopefully, keeps you warm as well.
As well, yeah.
Very well. Do we know anything else about the talisman besides it's cold resistant?
I do not. Do
Does
we
anyone have any?
Yeah.
Well, we could go back to the town and get it looked at. Get them all looked at. Do we know if there's anyone there who would actually have the knowledge?
I would assume so, because they have an ear about all the other handy-dandy services.
Fair, but anything involving magic means going through Dritzt and Gritzt.
I mean, do we have anybody in the party that would know this using magic?
I mean, I can easily find out as to what's going on with these items.
With magic,
you
I'm
mind?
assuming.
Yeah.
Out of
Would you pretty
character,
please?
do you have identify as a
itself,
ritual?
yeah.
Is it a ritual or spell? That's important.
I believe it's a ritual.
Depending on your class, it can be used as a ritual.
Shit, I don't even remember which one I have it under.
And do you have the component?
Don't need a
I mean-
component, I have a focus.
Yeah,
Focuses negate
components.
material cost.
Unless it's over 100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 100 is the cap. Okay.
I believe it's 100.
I have identify as a bard spell. Shit.
Okay, then that should be, I believe that should be a ritual.
Yeah.
Divination 1, range touch, target 1 object. Duration instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Alright.
Talisman. Stop.
Which one would you guys like me to start with?
How about that talisman?
The amulet?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try.
Okay.
It's a cat.
And I'll go ahead and use Identify on the amulet.
Hey, it's an amulet. In cold environments, it gives the wearer resistance to cold damage. In hot environments, it gives them not resistance, but what's the other one?
Immunity?
Oh, so I was like, grants immunity to cold damage in cold environments, grants resistance to hot things, to hot attacks as well.
Okay. Seems like it just, in cold environments, it'll grant immunity to cold attacks, and in warm environments, it grants resistance to heat-based attacks.
It's still pretty good.
Potentially quite useful.
So that was
Okay.
11.
I'm gonna hold it towards Kier, because you kind of got blasted in the face earlier.
I'll pick it up and we'll give consideration. I don't know if anyone else in the party who uses great axes or great swords, so... Can we look at let's look at all of them before we start assigning things.
Okay. And I'll just go ahead and do... No, go ahead, Chef. You started talking first.
I was going to say that since we're sitting by the fire of long rest, like, it wouldn't cost spell slots.
Oh, it totally
Ritual-
costs spell slots. Just
Ritual
like last
casts actually
time,
don't burn.
just like last time when you guys like left the fire, got bricks. It's like if we went back to the fire, it's like no, the fire's a one-time use.
If you cast the ritual, which is an hour long, it is a consumed spell slot.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
Is it 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes for a ritual cast. 10 minutes plus the cast time.
Where is this
Oh,
ritual
okay.
cast thing you guys are talking about?
Into PHP. Hold on.
Hold on. You got it.
Give me a second.
They've made it even more complex, and that spells can be not spells. Cool.
So it has the R tag next to it when you look at casting time. They can be cast as rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Only certain classes can cast rituals. Like warlocks can't cast rituals.
Right.
Bards can because they technically aren't using their own thing. They're borrowing from another class,
And I'm fine with
pretty
it.
much.
I was like,
It's-
I read the spell and didn't see anything about a ritual. You guys keep talking about
Yeah.
rituals, so I'm just like, okay.
It's 10... I'm looking at the thing here. Allows players to cast spells as rituals, which increases the spell's casting time by 10 minutes, but does not consume a spell slot. Wizards, bards, druids, clerics, and artificers can do ritual casting as part of class abilities, but other classes can do it if they take the ritual caster feat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I was just curious because it wasn't on
I didn't
the sheet thing.
know about that either. It said it could be cast as a ritual. I didn't know what that meant. Okay. Well, I can waste 40 more minutes and identify the rest of the items if you want.
Yes.
Might as well just speed on through.
Let's go.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just do identify on the rest of them as ritual as well.
At 10:10, we'll continue the rest of the game.
Yeah. Since y'all...
So, how about them Knicks, huh?
I'm playing.
Like, I could do 3 of them as spells and have it done instantaneously. But I only got 3 sorcery points in.
No.
All right, what's next, Ashley?
We'll do the Great Axe.
Great Axe is all the standard stats of a Great Axe with a +2 to the attack and has the addition of thunder damage.
And just so I don't have to repeat all of this, anything Matt says about the items is what's being relayed to you guys.
Ooh!
Kier, when Kier does that, does Kier's tail start thumping on the ground?
Kier doesn't have a tail.
I don't have.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
We've addressed this.
All this dragonborn racism tonight.
Truly.
Sorry, I forgot dragonborns don't have tails.
I already made that joke. What's my tail? Wait a minute, I don't have a tail.
Tail.
Do the
Alright,
sword!
next
Do the
we'll
sword!
Into the roar.
Next, we'll do the robe that Gideon has.
The cloak.
The cloak.
The cloak.
All Gideon. What were all the things again? Like gave you like +2 to Dex. And...
+2 dex, +10 movement speed.
Yep. It makes you
That's
fast. Makes you more dexterous and fast.
And stylish.
And
Yeah.
stylish.
Okay, so that's the axe, the cloak, the amulet.
You've got the
My
sword and
eyes
the dagger.
definitely light up for that
You have the
cloak.
sword, the dagger, and the dragon cloak.
Oh. Well, we're going to be saving the greatsword for last because of Kier's prompting. So we'll do the dagger.
Dagger has a magical ability upon it that, when thrown, will automatically return to the user.
Blade of Returning.
I
Interesting.
look over at Rhyme Tongue when that one comes out like,
I don't throw daggers.
No, I'm thinking it's. Would that be the law or?
I mean,
That would require the lore to hurt something.
I could cut apples with it.
You can throw a dagger and not kill something. Hold it so that way you hit it with the pommel.
It's not just killing, it's hurting that she doesn't like.
Except it's the dragon,
Let's do the last
dragon
thing.
cloak.
Dragon cloak
I don't even.
is
I don't even need anything either. Go ahead.
the dragon cloak gives +4 on stealth checks, as well as will generate a random dragon breath weapon per long rest. It is currently set for a red dragon.
Kinda cool.
Is there a. Okay, randomly. Okay. I'm assuming it changes on long rest as well?
It changes after it's used, yes. Like a revolver,
Okay.
almost.
Oh, okay. One in the chamber kind of situation.
Right.
I love that concept. And lastly, the greatsword.
Great sword grants a magical bubble to its wielder, which grants a +4 to AC. Have fun choosing.
We're not the ones choosing. Kier's the one choosing.
Honestly,
Why am I
would
choosing?
be upset with Kier having both of the big weapons.
I mean, he's the one that uses big weapons, so.
Yeah.
Let's assign. Let's have everyone else. I'll pick from. I don't know. Who would do the best from having the dragon one, the dragon cloak?
There is no
Because-
contest for this. It's.
I mean, it grants a bonus to stealth, so either Gideon or. But he's already got a cloak, so Rhyme Tongue.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but if we give it to Gideon, then there'll be 3 of us with breath weapons.
Well, then he's gonna wear 2 cloaks, so I would take his cloak.
Well,
But I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
I'd prefer to have my own. I like this one more than that. I'm already a very stealthy person.
fair enough,
Somebody
fair
who,
enough.
somebody
What,
who,
I'm not good enough for you?
I look down at the cloak.
I mean, Rhyme Tongue, are you still wearing the dragon cloak?
Yeah, the moment it was identified, I put it back on.
Yeah. It came from atop Rhyme Tongue's head.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I somehow missed that part.
And it's a talking cloak.
That's a thing.
What's your name?
Don't talk to it.
It's not an it.
I mean,
It's a thing.
I am an it.
Not in the disrespectful way.
Anyway, Belora, would you like the amulet? I mean, I know you try to be safe and peaceful.
Oh, I'll be
For the most part.
fine. I have a blanket stashed away. I should be good.
Who would benefit?
He's laughing, by the way. Rhyme Tongue is dying.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
who would benefit the most from? Who would benefit the most from having a sword that gives additional protection? With the protection bubble on it.
I just pointed here.
Any
Like,
of us?
I can't.
nobody
dual
can
these
use
things.
that weapon. Nobody here uses that weapon except for you. Nobody
Right.
uses an axe except for you.
Rhyme Tongue could use it, but is not strong enough to effectively use it.
I prefer
Okay.
my rapier. Thank you very much.
Kalmia, what? You normally carry a rapier, but is that by choice or
Yeah, that's by choice.
could you use the great sword and take the additional benefits of being a lot harder to hit? I mean, you do kind of have a tendency to get knocked down fairly easily.
I mean, typically the benefit from magical items, they need to be proficient in it. No offense.
That's why I'm asking.
I don't think I am strong enough to wield that. I could barely drag you in full plate armor, and keep in mind, I do a lot of casting.
Honestly, the strongest two in the party are yourself and Delore.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Her?
Yeah.
As far as physical strength,
I'm gonna like lay my arm on the table and just like to myself, just like pinch the muscle, see what I got.
If only you could use those to actually do something useful. Your jaw muscle and tongue are more weaponized than those.
I
The-
have you know
the
that
law-
I had servants in my own palace come to me with pickle jars. Thank you very much.
Matt, while they're having this discussion, I'm going to go ahead and just put the amulet on.
Okay.
Delore, it doesn't say that you have to fight with it. It says you have to wield it. You don't have to attack someone to wield a weapon.
I don't know if Delore is able to be proficient with this, which you need to be to
Let's-
use the magical item.
Let's settle this, all right? How about I carry it if nobody else wants to carry it, and whoever wants to use it will use it. And I will just carry it around until it is useful to one of you.
Or yourself.
Or one of you.
I pick up the great axe.
Okay.
You said it was a resistance to heat?
Yes, resistance to heat, immunity cold.
Okay.
Hey, Matt,
Yes.
what was the additional things on the great axe?
Standard stats of Great Axe. +2 to attack.
Uh-huh.
Thunder damage.
Okay.
Magic.
How much thunder damage did it say?
Standard. Just the damage done by it is thunder damage.
Oh, okay.
Does not
Okay.
add thunder damage. Does thunder damage.
Okay, that's where I misheard you. Okay.
To be honest, I'm loosey-goosey with D&D rules, so I probably said it wrong, if we're being honest.
I think the only person who's proficient with the larger weapons is here.
He's the one that wants to use larger weapons.
Well,
You should
I'll
take
tell you
that
what. Fine. How about this? Law, if you will carry the dagger, just because I'm not sure what we want to do with these silver swords that I brought from the other place. Does anybody want to carry one?
They were long swords, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to my notes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, fine. I shall carry the great axe and the longsword. I guess I'll just leave these other silver swords here. Unless we want to try to bring them back. It's not like we can trade them in to anybody, I don't think.
Hire a caddy.
You know, I'll go ahead and I'll replace my regular rapier with one of the silver longswords.
Okay.
Because so that way I now have a silver rapier and a silver longsword.
Heck yeah.
Was I given the dagger?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna take out the little, I don't remember if it was cake or something, but it was a dessert sort of food that the person giving out rations said was his favorite.
Yep.
I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna use the dagger to slice some slices, and then I'm gonna... and then I'm gonna distribute a few slices around the table
You might figure.
as a dessert.
Something
You're
about
Okay.
using this knife in disgust.
The cake should be delicious, though.
the
No.
frosting
It
of
was the
the
merchant's
frosting
favorite.
of the cake disappears into the blade, and there's just the sound of.
Do we all hear that?
Oh yeah,
It didn't do that when I had it.
Does it taste good?
it is quite it's quite decadent.
Well, that's just
I'm
lovely.
afraid to know what happens if that goes into a person.
More.
That's new. That's new.
Ah, that's what happens.
I'm gonna give it more frosting off of my slice. Oh, God.
By the way, Rhymetongue is walking away before she started slicing into it. Like, I seen the intent, and I'm like, I can't watch you disgrace this knife, this dagger.
Hey Matt, just so I can have it written down. The longsword gives a +4 to AC bubble. Was there anything else about
Great
that thing?
sword, great sword.
Great sword. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, that was it.
Okay.
So what's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
This is getting weird.
What is a name?
A name is something that you call someone else when you are talking to or about them. What
None
would you
who-
like to be called?
None who have wielded me have ever given me a name.
May I?
Of course.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna, hold it in front of me and just admire it. What does the blade look like? It's just a dagger.
Just a dagger.
just a
It
dagger.
does not seem special or ornate in any way.
A dagger like this boy is more than what he seems. A diamond.
How does Eli sound? Do you like Eli?
If that is the name you wish to call me. Mistress.
Alright, Eli. We're gonna do some great things together.
Yes, we will, mistress.
Give it a bit more frosting. Put it away.
Oh,
Oh my.
Christ.
Wasn't something, that's for sure. All right. Well, we've done everything we can here, so why don't we go explore that northern path before things
With
get
that
any
knife.
weirder?
Yeah.
As the atrocity was happening with that knife, Matt,
Yeah.
I was walking out the moment I seen your intent to use it as a knife. I'm gonna walk outside. I'm gonna look to make sure no one followed, and I'm like,
Give me a spot. Or whatever they call it in this edition.
great. Nope, they definitely didn't come with me. No signs of anybody else.
Actually, that's not true. There is a small goblin. Not a goblin you've seen before, and it looks like he's like kind of like holding a sphere. Like as you come out, he's just like.
There's some really good things happening inside. You should go get that. I promise you, it is going to be the best thing you ever going to cover if you just go in there and record them.
Turns to like look back at like one of the bushes and speaks in Goblin. Do you have Goblin?
Nope.
Okay, speaks in Goblin. Smoke bomb. It's like when the smoke clears, the Goblin's gone.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that deception was to try to get him to go inside.
Yep.
And
To lie
record.
about that. There's definitely good things happening inside.
For everybody inside. It's like, as like Dolores, like, Eli, if that's what you wish to call me, mistress. You hear from like
What
one
are
of the
you
corners.
doing?
One of the corners of the room, just like a.
Chef, are you good over there? You keep like rolling.
I do?
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
rolled,
Oh,
rolled
shit,
3 things
sorry.
now.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
So, I'm sorry for being rude earlier. Do you know what I am? And I release part of my deception of my actual self.
As you
To,
start
reveal my
releasing your
hand.
deception, your cloak kind of like closes in around you to like keep it obscured. It's like, I'm aware.
Okay, I'm putting it back on. Just okay.
I can help you.
How?
Be more believable if you're able to use a breath weapon, is it not?
It would be.
There you go.
So, I know you rotate elements every once in a while when used, but is it chromatic or metallic
Yes.
or neither? Okay. And do you have a name?
I do.
May I have it?
No.
Mine is Rhyme Tongue. Okay?
It's like, may I have it? No.
Okay. Well,
You should not be so willing to give yours.
it's not my true name. It's the one given to me by my takers. So,
Names have power, Renton.
yes, well, not even I know my own name. Or my true name, I should say.
Something tells me you'll find out.
Thank you for keeping my secret.
Of course. You are my bearer.
You aren't cursed, right?
No.
Okay. Just,
You wouldn't happen to be cursed.
you know,
would you?
one of my party members is just yelling curses all around, and now I don't want him to know. Just kind of worried about some things now. So, but okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Were you originally, were you always a cloak?
No.
I'm guessing you won't tell me anything further than that until you trust me more. Maybe.
There used to be
Hopefully.
a scale. The scale was fashioned in the shape of this head.
Oh. Like a scale from a dragon, or like a scale that you weigh things with.
A scale from a dragon.
Oh, okay. What dragon?
The dragon.
The father Bahamut? No.
Sure.
I'm gonna insight the fuck out of that shit.
Not lying, but not truthful either. Half true.
Okay. But is it out of malice? Or just secrets?
Secrets.
Okay.
And not a secret that it's trying to keep for itself. It's just more of a secret of, like, you don't want this answer. You think you want the answer.
Please tell me this
You
one.
think you want the answer. You don't want the answer.
We can talk further on that later.
If you survive.
When you... And I will. Because I have you to assist me.
Well put. You feel the cloak pat your shoulder.
Alright, let's go back in to see how she is abusing this dagger.
Did any of you respond to confused goblin noises coming from inside the mansion?
I speak goblin. What did he say?
What the
No.
fuck?
Hello.
One appeared and I just started walking away.
Little wave.
I was still aghast at the dagger.
I'm arm deep in a pie.
Hello.
Hot. Oh, hello. What's your name?
Goblin noises.
What are the goblin?
How do you spell that?
names?
The goblin noises are, stop breaking the fourth wall, you freaking nincompoops.
I'm never going to be able to pronounce that correctly. I apologize in advance.
I'm looking at the walls around us.
They're all kind of derelict and a bit torn down, run down. You know,
I think that was our
Very
fault.
well. I blame the great big dragon who probably put the hole in the ceiling. Very well. Do we have any other business here? Because I believe we are running short on time and have quite a bit of ground to cover.
Yep. Let's get a move on.
Okay.
But
Pack a piece of pie for the road.
Yeah, I'm
Doesn't really-
definitely
Sorry, keep going.
up after you.
I was just gonna say it's not important at all, but I put Eli in right next to the other dagger that I have.
okay.
We could be friends.
So they could be, they could be friends. Heck,
So we can be friends.
all right.
Definitely packing a snack, like throwing a couple of snacks in a bag as we're walking out.
All right. Cool. Calmia,
Yes.
1 through 3.
3.
Kier, 1 through 3.
2.
Rhyme tongue, 1 through 3.
3.
Delore, 1 through 3.
1.
Gideon, 1 through 3.
3.
You guys leave and you go head up to the north. where the blizzard's happening. And as you guys are walking, kind of huddled together, like braving the storm, it's like everything's, except for one of you who's holding an amulet, cold, and like you're starting to lose the sensation of feeling and everything in this storm. And as you crest through, some of you are still together. Some of you are on your own.
Oh boy.
Anyone else think that thing was a face before it came into focus?
Yeah,
A little bit.
at first I did.
Cool.
So friends,
I need to.
click your icons, roll initiative.
Ooh boy. Alright.
Is that me?
Oh my fucking god, game.
It is.
Jesus.
That roll had no right to be that good.
I have a +4 game.
And there's
That was a 4.
boom.
Ow. Oh, it
I
hurts.
feel you right now, dude.
All right, so Delore, you stumble through the blizzard storm. There's a large tower before you.
Yep.
Off to your left, you can hear the sounds of imps. Off to your right, you hear the sound of alerted imps, as if they've spotted something and are gonna go fight it. That's all you really got. What would you like to do, Delore?
I'm just gonna start meandering toward the tower.
Okay. You can go
It's
ahead
a movement
and
of
take your
6, alright?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, please remind me. Does going diagonally like this and that count as 1 space or 2?
1.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
All right, now you're in frame. Heck yeah. Okay. Kalmia.
Well, upon seeing the imps, and I'm assuming at least these 3 maybe. 'Cause I'm guessing like that's a wall.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Upon seeing these 3,
Yo, bitch, stop knocking off my dice.
I am gonna go ahead and throw chromatic orb at the one in the middle. So this guy right here.
Okay.
Let me put that out here for you. And it is going to be all. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and make it poison.
Ranged
Hi.
attack against the target of the attack. Hits. Creature takes 3d8 of poison damage. Okay.
Yep. So they're going to be hit for, so it's a 20 is what I rolled for hitting.
Yep.
And 19 would be the poison. I figured out how to make this work.
Sure you did. The imp gets hit by poison. It does nothing.
Oh.
Because imps have condition immunities poisoned.
I forgot about the condition immunities to poison. Fuck.
So it's like pop.
Would we have known that in
No, I don't think in
Condition is different from
character any
damage.
of us.
Oh, it's different from
Ma'am.
damage?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference?
The condition is actual. You would take You have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah.
And everything through there. The damage is just damage.
Okay, so
Like there's an actual condition.
so they're
called
immune to
poison.
being poisoned, but they can still be hurt by poison.
That is a correct statement.
It D&D, man.
Don't ask me on this.
It just worked.
Okay. Captain Cap _ Pig, thank you for the sub. And yes, I also agree. Keck W status effects. What? It's like, so they can't be poisoned, but they can be poisoned. What? What?
Initial
What?
poison versus continual poison effect versus.
Well, fortunately, that 19 damage, like, as it melts into a puddle of just liquid poison. Just the one claw is clawing at the snow before it too joins the puddle.
I'm so
That's
glad
one
I
way to
figured out
make
how to.
Gideon!
I'm so glad I figured out how to add that to my attack thing, so I can just.
Hi, Branderson.
I'm
What's
gonna
it gonna
go
do?
ahead and hide
Uh
because there's a nice big wall right here.
huh.
Put a 17.
I'll give you 20 advantage because of the wall.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Move action. Let's see. 1, 2.
And because of where
Let's
you're
see.
at, because you're on the furthest left of the line, you do see Delore heading towards the tower.
Okay, cool. Before I book it, I whisper over to Rhyme Tongue, Delore's moving on the right, or left, excuse me. And then, let's see. So speed of 45.
Uh-huh.
That is 9 squares.
Yes, sir.
2, 3,
He fast as
5.
fuck.
That is half because
That
I'm
is
stealth.
also ridiculous.
And then bonus action dash because I have cunning action now. And I'm just gonna move to there.
It's almost like it's a good thing to level up, Happy. And I will move the initiative clock so that people can still see that and you. Instead of you stealthing so well behind our initiative. And then, oh boy, here we go. Kier!
This is what I get for trusting Pierce with his always even stuff. Are they aware of me?
They don't seem to be.
All right. In that case,
Zebra cake.
Oh god, I hate whoever does that.
Fuck you.
Why did you
Zebra
do
cake
the
is so
zebra
fucking
cake?
good, dude. I'm already
I
being
used to
fucked
eat
by
these
food.
like they were air when I was younger.
all right, in that case, I'm going to try to slip over here to the tree,
Okay.
hopefully without being seen.
Okay. You can go ahead and take your movement.
Sorry. Wrong button.
It's okay. And give me a stealth roll with disadvantage.
As if I don't already have problems with stealth rolls.
It's fine.
You're
Okay.
wearing full plate.
Yeah, you're
I didn't say it wasn't without due cause.
Hey!
I fucking 20 regardless.
They continue to
Okay.
seem unaware.
Apparently, I has sneaks.
And
Apparently
Rhyme
that plate armor is made with hide.
how tall is this wall right here?
About 6 feet.
Okay. I'm assuming these little fuckers noticed us, right?
Oh yeah.
They noticed me.
Well, I mean, if they didn't, they definitely did now as one of them melted.
That is true. That is true. So this is the only one that can really. Okay. I'm gonna hide right here, and I'm going to hold my action for when one of these imps comes into this spot, or one of these, fuck you, ruler. One of these spots here,
Right.
I'm gonna smite them with my sword.
Give me a stealth roll with advantage because of the wall.
Oh, I gotta use this one here to then update that. So,
14.
Dice are.
fuck you, game.
What did you do to piss off these dice?
Dude, the dice always hit me. Unless I'm doing something stupid, the dice roll against me.
Unless you're destroying a hospital by Jack Sparrow running it.
Technically, we didn't roll to do that. That just happened.
I still picture the Jack Sparrow theme whenever I picture that scene.
I mean, this is what Chaos Goblin is saying.
So, Delore, the ones that you had heard off somewhere, like, start advancing because there was a scream from somewhere else, a goblin's or an imp scream from somewhere else, and this one right here.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Delore.
Hi, Cal.
How we doing? You guys made it. I'm proud of you.
Oh, we're doing all right. How have you been?
Oh, you know.
Feels like it's been a while.
Oh, you know, living and dying and whatnot. No big deal.
Oh. Good.
Uh-huh.
Is that
Heck yeah,
is that good?
Heck yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, good to hear.
I'm still here, still alive and kicking.
I'm happy to see you again.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to see you too. And that's all they could do because that's their movement.
Sort of. What are you up to? You just
3, 4,
hang out, wait for us to come by?
Tell him about the unions.
3. He gets attacked by Rhyme Tongue. I'm assuming we do that before he continues his movement.
That is a correct statement. A 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit the imp. And that is with Silver Rapier?
Sorry. That is, well, it's a magical rapier because it's my pack weapon.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's 5 damage. Did I roll 1 of the fucking damage? I did. Fucking hate you.
You did.
Okay, now he continues his movement.
Yep.
With a limp.
And that'll only attack the first imp, right?
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6, 1.
Yeah, also using my reactions, so I don't get attack opportunities either.
And Kalmia, in a very familiar theme, these imps that look very familiar to the same imps you've seen a couple of times now. Just like one of them, like the last one as he's walking up is just like cracking his knuckles, just like
Round 3.
with purpose.
So about that bubble.
All right. Where's your things? Hold on. Where's there? There we go.
That's not. Actually, that's a lie. Wait, which one is that one?
Oh. It's this one.
That one does.
Yep. Then we're gonna go ahead and get the other one that has advantage.
That one does as well. I love how both
So,
of those were.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Matt. 3 of them have advantage.
Oh darn! I kind of
Because
figured.
right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's the third one with advantage. Hey, look, not a crit. And the one without. Does the 17 hit?
It does by 1.
Jesus. Holy shit. Kamiya's theme song is I get knocked down, but I get up again. Only 3 seconds so we don't get
Alright,
So
monetized.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and roll 4?
No, just roll the first one. Taking it one at a time. All right, so 8
Uh,
plus 24, 32
Oh.
damage.
Excuse the fuck. How much?
34.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
You sure you don't want that long sword?
Great
More than a
sword.
long sword. It was a great sword.
All right,
All
All right,
That
second,
seems.
second crit.
Hang on. So you said 34?
It is 24 plus 8, 32.
Why? Oh, because it crit. Oh
Yeah,
my fucking god.
yeah, I got 2 crits.
Oh,
Good man.
the name
Oh
of
my
it.
god, dude.
And a
I'm instantly
crit-
down after the first 2. After
Yeah.
those 2 crits, I am instantly down. That first one took me from 52 to 20.
I feel your pain.
All right, and then 12 plus 15. So
So
attacking.
should I just go ahead and respawn at this point? 'Cause, after the first 2 crits, I was already down.
Yeah, and then 2 more, so that's 2 automatic death saves, right?
4 automatically failed saves.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Every
then,
time they take damage, it's 2.
then yes, Calmia,
So,
you are.
so I'm
No.
back at the mansion.
Though, to his advantage, because he's knocked prone, he doesn't get hit by that last thing. Because melee. Oh, wait, no, prone is advantage. I was thinking ranged.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was thinking ranged. I was thinking of something. I was thinking of something.
I know.
That's fine. So sorry, Ashley.
Oh no, you're good.
Would it?
As soon
Would
as
you
all 4 of
respawn
them
at?
came.
Would you
the
respawn at
last
the
one was-
mansion, or would you respawn at the?
The last place
the
we
last
left it.
fire that was used, which would be the mansion.
Okay. Okay.
We're using. This is Dark Souls rules for this one.
I've actually never played Dark Souls.
Part of me wishes I had used my bonus action earlier to give Rhyme Tongue bardic inspiration.
And these guys, completely unawares of Hear the Joyful up above. 1, 2, wait,
Because I stealthed one time.
don't they have?
I'm sorry, but your
stuff?
princess is in another castle.
40 feet flying, right? 2,
Anybody want a jelly bean?
6.
I want one.
I've still got half a zebra cake. Thank you for offering.
I trade you a goldfish.
All right, and that is all bad guys. Delore.
Yep, I'm gonna keep walking.
I wish I had more AoE spells.
You ever get hungry out here, Cal? You ever take a break to eat?
Oh yeah, like when we're off, like it's nothing but catering and good times for us.
Nice. It's nice to hear that you're eating. How long has it been since you've eaten? I got something.
Oh no, we're good. We're good right now. But thank you, Delore. I appreciate your kindness and your willingness to help us lowly little imps out. Friday
Alright, well.
games always make me so snacky.
I'll be here. You stay warm.
So you're going that way instead of going into the tower?
I thought I was going like. Oh, okay.
You're heading
I
towards
thought I
a
was looking
ruined
at the map.
staircase. So that is a ruined staircase on the outside of the tower.
Yep.
It's like there is clearly a way into the tower over here as well.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the top of the tower we were looking at. Yeah.
I am not as
I'll just-
proficient with Roll20 to do like there's a roof and now there's not a roof. Haha.
I don't know if that's exactly a 6. If anything, it's less than that. So I think we're good.
Okay.
I'll be good with
Gideon.
that.
Gideon. Dolore's doing Delore things, talking with the imps and heading towards the tower.
Yeah, that checks out.
You see Calmia go down
Mm-hmm.
as the imp,
That's
this
normal.
group of imps with a purpose. But this time you see something different because normally Calmia goes down but it's not like, gone. In the same way, and this is the first time you've noticed this, in the same way that when you kill one of the creatures, how they kind of like calcify and shatter, Calmia calcifies and shatters. And Calmia, what colors do you have?
I have blue, purple, and red.
The numbers.
100, 150, 100.
Okay, so 100 blue.
Uh-huh. 150 purple and 100 red.
Hold on. Mark yourself down to 50 blue, 75 purple, 50 red. As when she shatters, a bunch of Calmia's colors spill out onto the ground near where her body should have been.
Oh.
And Gideon,
Good to
suddenly you're just like, oh no, all my color. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be careful.
But your actions, Gideon.
I don't like this one bit. I am still stealthy. So one. I will move my own little self over to the back corner of this wall.
Okay. Anything
And
else? Any dashes or anything?
No.
Sling attacks?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Kier.
All right. Matt, just so I'm clear, what can I see about this area right here? Is that a stairway up that I can see, or
What, like the staircase along the side of the building?
yeah?
You see a wrecked staircase. It's missing a bunch of, it's missing a couple of areas. Doesn't look very sturdy and seems to go to nowhere as the roof of this tower has been torn off.
Aha. Answers that question quite thoroughly. All right. What are the rules for dash, just so I know? You do your movement and then you use your action to do another movement, basically?
Movement.
So, okay. Matt, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and do that, basically just saying I go 60 feet.
Sure.
So I'm going to go
Under the
over...
stump.
I'm sorry?
Under the stump. That's where your area currently is going under that stump. That way when the line disappears, you know where you're going.
Okay. Oh, thank you. When you heard under the stump, I'm like, is there a secret door there or something?
No, I was just letting you know where to put your dude. All right.
Thank you. I was really hoping we were going to have a Hogan's Hero.
Rhyme tongue. Calmia explodes. Gems scatter across the snowy floor. And the imps that just fucked her up severely, slowly, like, leeringly, just like...
Sir Cloak, you got anything else besides fire right now?
I cannot expend... it doesn't work that way. I have to expend the fire before I can use another. And you must rest with me.
Just dying rest?
You've died. Did you feel refreshed?
I don't remember. Well. Uh, 10-foot cube. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, it's not in the 10-foot cube. No. Actually, if I move here, I'm gonna move one step here, and I am going to use my Fey Presence. So it is a DC of 15. They have to make Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So that's 4 of them, right?
Yep, all 4 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
One of them makes it.
Awesome. So all the other ones all three except for the one become frightened of me.
Scared again. Well, they changed the icon things.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better or worse?
Well, I mean they look the same on the map, just like selecting them looks different.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, boom. Feared.
And then so it's 5. And then I'm going to move out of the space of the two closest. For there. They can attack me, they just have disadvantage
Okay.
on attacking.
Boom.
Negatory on the first one, unluckily successful, but not a critical strike.
Alright, so if I click that. Okay, minus the ones behind, so that's 7. Give me a Constitution
And,
saving throw.
Yep, I will do just that, sir. Come on, Constitution. 11.
Hey, roller
Yes!
tie goes to roller. Hell yeah. So that is 7 plus 11. It's 11 total damage.
Thank you for saying, yep.
Hope he's okay.
Oh.
I think he just like blew an eardrum.
Oh, sneeze, so I... okay. 11 damage total?
11 total, yeah.
Okay. Alright, and... let me mark it off on my fake presence. But the same thing would happen last time. Basically, a giant roar would have came out of me to cause that. And my self kind of takes on a little bit of that aspect.
Yep.
And that's my turn.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, God.
Like, oh hey, it's the guy that says we should all die.
Delore, if you're gonna do anything, just do it now. Gideon, the whole help here would be good.
No, Mr. Gideon, not here.
A lot more help now would be good.
I'm gonna turn
Not-
around and finally realize that I'm not alone.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Matt, as Deadly reminded us last time, the Spine Devils have a ranged attack.
Oh, I know.
Mhm. Thankfully, though, they can only attack once with the range, I believe. So.
Yeah, multi-attack, blade and fork, or 2 with its tail spines. So,
Come join me at the fire, rhymed on.
2.
Ooh.
Yep, and yep.
But fortunately, not not with advantage. And 1, 2. Damn, there's no advantage.
The fuck was up with these dice?
And then 1 more. Okay, so
Well, the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one hit. Everything else misses.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You have higher than a 16?
I have a 17 AC.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, so only the first 4.
Only the first 4.
All right.
Only one of them was a crit, thankfully.
So that's 20 damage from the crit one.
Okay.
then this one is
6.
it's not crit, so it's a total of 6. Same with
Yep.
this one. So that is 9. And then the fourth one, and 1, 2, 3, and then wait. Hit
1, 2, 3.
3, 4. 6.
Oh, you bitch. Just negative.
Just negative?
Like, if he breathed a little bit less on me as a crit, that'd have been better.
So nothing into your death saves because only the 4 hits hit.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a correct statement.
All right. So you are not X. You are. Give you a little red dot for bleeding.
I'm bleeding out.
All right. That's all that they can do. Which takes us back to the top. Delore.
All right. Excuse me, Jesus. All right. I can move and do a standard at the same time, right?
You can like do a standard, then move, or move and then do a standard.
All right.
Or can
I'm
she
gonna-
do a little bit of move, do the standard, and then finish movement?
Yeah, she can mix it up as much as she wants. This is
Okay.
I'm going to step 1, 2, 3 here.
Okay.
This one's Cal, right?
The separate one, yes.
Okay. Well, little old bardic inspiration never hurt anyone. And I'm going to cast it on the Rhyme Tongue. Yep.
Just so you
thought
know,
you were
Rhyme
gonna-
Tongue's
no.
down. Casting Bardic Inspiration on him will do nothing.
Oh,
Keep talking, I can hear you.
well then. All right.
Then you were about to put it on Cal. I was about to say, this traitorism.
Let's sing really loud for that one.
I mean, if you have a heal. Oh, never did I.
I mean, she does have some healing spells, but you know.
Ten 10 foot.
What are we doing, Delore?
Sorry. I was reading up on the new spell that I had, but
You need a 10-foot radius? There you go.
I guess we'll just do a perform roll and do the flute again.
Okay. Ashley, hit the sleep spell for me again.
Yep. Da, 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 da.
Nice.
Sleep.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Hey, man.
Good roll. Good roll.
I'm a pure-blooded bard. Nothing
This
else.
is true.
Roll 5d8. 18. So, pick one of the imps.
All right. Closest one to Rhyme Tongue. Whoops.
This
That's
one here.
still. Yeah, I meant to do that one. Yep.
No, that's cool. Slept.
And then I think I moved 2 times, so 3, 4, 5. And wait for the next turn. I don't think I could do anything else, right?
Right. Gideon.
Okay.
Delore throws herself, as per usual, into the middle of the fray.
Okay.
When I went unconscious, did the cloak cover my body?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'm way over here behind this wall. How tall is this wall?
That wall, we'll say, is, with the addition of the bushes, 10 feet.
Cool. So there's no chance they can see me.
Right.
Let's see. You said a shift right click for arrow?
I don't remember if it's shift right click or just right click.
Shift right click.
I don't use measuring tools. Come on.
Right. We know.
Shift right click. And that does nothing for me. Okay, oh well. I'll do
You
it
have to
all
hold
the
your
way.
character if you're doing it that way. If you just want the measuring tool, you have to
Okay.
put the measuring tool.
One.
Or you just click the ruler icon like the boomer I am.
Yeah, but it doesn't also move your character at the same time. Shift right clicking your icon will move your character as well after you let go.
Let's see. So I've moved.
Okay, well-
That's 40. So that's one movement to there.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I should move the map so people can see what you're doing.
bonus action or main action dash. Up to there.
Okay.
Bonus action hide.
You would be able to see me from there, I think.
Okay. And
Oh wait, I can re-roll that because of
because halfling.
yep. Oh, wrong one.
Oh,
Dang it,
the-
that would have been
the-
great too.
Oh, damn.
Still 20.
All right. And Kier, you're up. You see Gideon come running around the corner, and then Gideon kind of just disappears amongst the debris.
I'm in no way surprised. Okay, I'm going to run 60 feet.
Gideon, what are you doing?
Thing.
I just keep seeing cones coming out of your character.
Oh, I haven't touched anything since I stopped.
Weird. Am I hallucinating?
Maybe.
All right.
All right, so I run over here and just basically whisper really loud, Gideon, where are you?
Over here.
That is the least specific help you could possibly give me.
Kamiya's already got fucked up.
Okay, so
More imps. More spine things.
did we figure out where the trap is?
Don't know yet.
I'm guessing inside here?
I have an idea. It's not pretty.
Does it involve me holding the door while you go looking?
No.
Gideon, you also would have noticed there's not a door into the tower.
It's just open hole. Go
Big
to
open,
whatever.
big open hole in the wall.
Ah.
Okay,
Don't stand next to it.
the hole?
Any of it.
Don't stand next to the tower? Which it are you referring to?
Rhyme tongue. That's safe.
Yep. Yep.
Come on, clotting. Oh.
All right. The bad guys. Cal, the only named imp minion thing, looks at the spine devils and is like, all right, there's gonna be bursts into stone, there's the lore, there's rhyme, there's that one, there's gotta be two more running around here somewhere. That they're a group of 5 champions. Find them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Though these two go flying off this way. This one goes off this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I dropped him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spine devils all disperse, trying to find the two that remain.
The three that are feared can technically move. They just can't move closer to me.
Well, that's until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, but they can move, just not closer to me.
No, the fear lasts until the end of your next turn. You just had the end of your next turn. One, two, three, four, five. 2, 3, 4. Couple more imps come walking up at Rhyme Tongue, like give a small wave at the lore.
I'm gonna secretly kill the lord.
She would forgive you.
Only 2 hit.
I was okay. I'm at the wrong thing. That's all it needs to hit. You don't need to roll. It's just automatic failures. Automatically crits, which just count as 2 failures anyway. So
Wait, it auto crits?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay.
So, I mean, tactically, damage matters because if you deal a certain amount of damage, you just kill outright. No more.
Okay.
No more fun times.
Yeah, isn't it like half of your health?
I think it's a little more than that, but
34 total between the 2 attacks.
yep. I mean, instead of being a single attack, so it's just boop.
All right. Nope. Leave yourself there, please.
Okay.
And X. We can take the dot off. And Rhyme Tongue, you don't have any colors on you, right?
I do have colors on me. I got 50 purple, 50 blue, and 100 green.
All right, so you now have 25 purple,
Yep.
25 blue, and 50 green. Well, that looks like someone throw a brick of healing, and chat's just like, no. Chat is not being helpful or merciful tonight. Oh, random hurt for... Oh, jeez. Not a random hurt. Just 3 people up still. 1. To be Kier. Kier, take 6 damage.
I stepped on a nail.
Yep.
It happens.
Severe piercing damage.
I don't take any damage for tetanus, do I?
No. Con save.
Okay.
What you do for magic tetanus?
Actually, no. I realized I can't. I'm immune to diseases.
But what about magical diseases?
Yeah.
I actually have something to take care of that.
Do you?
Theoretically.
Does that other power even still work anymore?
Delore.
I'm not willing to test it.
Delore, so you watched a bunch of imps walk up to Rhyme Tongue right as you were about to potentially heal him, and just... And Rhyme Tongue...
I iced him.
Rhyme Tongue calcifies and shatters into a pile of glowing gems.
My hands, which were stretching out to do the healing word, just freeze, and I just freeze and... Yep. Oh. What'd you do that for?
Speak and imp at you.
I will trust that you had good reason.
Yeah, Dolores definitely dying.
I can't say that. I can't say that because it would draw attention to where I am.
I would like to know that was not said with complete confidence. I will live another day.
Your actions, Delore.
Alright. Okay. So... Well, Kelmy is still here. No, she's not.
Oh,
Just
no.
hasn't been deleted from the map.
Artie, you sweet summer child. I have been dead since the start of this.
No, I remember that now. I just saw that
Delore,
your
take
character was
12
on the
damage
board.
from 2 random bricks.
Ooh.
Thank you.
And by random, I mean very
Emotional
specific.
damage.
I've been dead so long, I went and got food.
If you walk back in just like eating off of a plate out of the blizzard, I'm gonna laugh so hard. There was food at the last place we were, and you have travel time. I'm just saying.
Am I being pursued by any creatures around me?
No, but you're being stared at by a bunch of creatures around you. I think that's... Oh, my remote's dead. Sadness. I have an emotional damage LED sign.
Oh, trust me, Matt.
Horseshoe.
Even with that, we can read it without it being lit up, thanks to the antlers.
Cool.
Like, we can actually read it better when it's not lit up.
Okay.
I got some AAA batteries.
Matt's face lights up more than that sign does when there's emotional damage.
Delore.
Would there be any reason for me to know that Kira and Gideon are up in the corner?
You have no idea where Kira and Gideon are.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna trust that they're gonna respawn. I'm gonna trust, and I'm just gonna pursue back to the tower. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Okay. Gideon.
All right. What openings into the tower are on this side, if any? Windows, anything like that?
Nothing. Solid stone wall.
How high up?
Tower.
Okay, it's just the roof that tripped off.
Yep.
Understood.
At least on this side.
All right. Well,
It does look climbable thanks to all like the overgrowth and brushes that are like climbing up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like an
It's
opening,
ice ivy.
Do I think I could climb it with any kind of reasonable speed?
no quicker than average.
Okay. And how high are we looking?
Like 5 stories.
5 stories?
Between 50 and 60 feet.
Yeah, that's... I could get to the top, maybe. It'd be close. Hey, Kier, did you see any kind of interest on or windows on the backside there?
Matt, when I was looking at the stairway and everything, I didn't see any windows.
There was a little like not like windows like big enough for you to go through, but like ye old like medieval times like you'd shoot arrows through kind of windows.
Okay.
So big enough for like a halfway.
What are the stairways going up to?
Looks like towards the roof that's no longer existent.
Ah. And the stairways don't wrap all the way around.
No, they're
do
broken
they?
and shattered.
Okay. I was hoping he could like climb up and like bump into a stairway and then run.
Nope. Some of the rubble that you're standing amongst looks like it used to be stairway,
Ah.
but there's no stairway on this side because it's all at your feet. That's what the rubble
Nothing
is.
Nothing I saw.
Okay.
It stands to reason that whatever we're here to do or solve is inside this tower.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, would we be able to hear that flying thingy coming past Delore?
No.
Okay, so we wouldn't know it's there?
Nope.
Okay.
Also, you guys are engaged in conversation. You're not really paying attention to your surroundings.
Fair. I can
All right.
try to block the entrance.
I'm gonna move action to there. I'll be back.
It's not like Kier knew where you were to begin with anyway.
Like I said, now that I'm back here, do I see anything I could slide through with my little 3-foot self?
You know what? Evens or odds?
Odds.
Yes! There's
Sweet.
a perfectly Gideon-sized hole in the wall.
I want to get to it.
It is here.
Cool. How far up?
No, it's on ground level.
On ground level? Cool. I will go through. Bonus action dash. Two. 4. Okay. What's in here?
There are a lot of busted wooden planks of the roof that looks like in the center, and it's really the only thing, it's one of the two important things in here. In the center, there's looks structured like pit, like a descent down, like a well kind of deal thing with stone circles around it. And immediately to your, if you're facing the whole left, there is a shimmery, glowing blue tree.
Okay. Anything weird with the tree that I can understand other than the fact that it's blue?
And glowing and swirling with magical energy? No.
I touch it.
You touch it? Choose. More time.
What am I?
Cleared field. Friends returned immediately.
Third field.
Cleared field. Cal looks to you, is like, why? Before he shatters. Everything just starts shattering all around you in your field of vision, Delore.
Hands cover him
Gideon's
mouth, and some tears in the eyes.
Oh,
Not
Deadly's
falling.
freaking out, but his mic isn't working.
His mic, we will never know.
Emotional about demons fucking dying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've had
Are
this
you new
argument.
here?
Deadly, it's her familiar at this point.
Gideon, I really think you may actually have the highest kill count of anybody in the party right now.
Yep, but you know who has the highest death count? Bitch.
And
And when
eventually,
I offered you a
and
Bubble.
eventually, Rhyme Tongue, Kalmia, when you make your way back from your respawn point, the blizzard's gone. You're not separated. You come
Walking
walking. You come walking up together. Delore's sobbing.
Well, not sobbing. Just
Okay,
like
sorry. Delore is aghast with tears running down her face, not
not
sobbing.
down the face, just eyes
Did
full
you-
of them.
Did you mourn us?
I don't think they mourn. I don't think she mourned us.
Is that you just said? Of course.
Yeah.
I rolled insight on that
I mean,
bullshit.
let's be honest. It's Delore. She probably did also mourn you.
I don't know anymore.
For Calmia Rhymetongue, where you guys had fallen, there's glowing crystals just laying on the ground.
I'm just gonna scoop mine back up.
You can grab mine as well, Kyle.
And rhyme tongues.
And like there was no, like I had to think for a second. Do I want to grab rhyme tongues? Does rhyme?
I would have motioned for you to take them anyway. So.
But while that's happening, Gideon, are you doing anything else while you're inside the tower?
Right now, I'm just kind of catching my breath, sitting on top of that plank there next to the that's fallen next to the tree.
Yep. And the tree,
Cross-legged.
after you made your decision, the tree died and withered.
That's sad.
And Gondor with it.
It was a pretty tree,
So
but
We'll never dance again.
what all did we miss?
I'm assuming I'm up there with them now.
Yeah, if you want to be.
Yeah, Kira, as
Just for
soon
the
as you
conversation's
come, yeah, Kira, as soon as you come up to the group, you just see Kalmia holding a bowl and a spoon from the fucking campfire. Just
Taking
What we
this
missed.
seriously, I can tell. Have we all gotten a bit blasé? It feels like we have.
the fact that I keep dying first out of all of us,
Okay.
aside from
I-
last time.
I pull out the greatsword and hand it to you.
My hands are full.
imps are just have it out for you.
You need something to help protect you. Take the sword.
He needs to be
How about you just
proficient in
stand
the
and-
sword to use it.
Yeah, what Deadly said. I don't know if anyone else heard that other than me.
I did.
I could not hear you, Deadly.
That they
He said I need to be
reminded
proficient.
you again that people have to be proficient with the weapons to use the magical part of the weapons.
We also
Yep.
couldn't hear that you just said too, Deadly.
Yeah, you're doing the far away thing again.
So it's not that software.
Oh, you're very quiet now.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mic is being stupid again, as usual.
I tried changing a couple settings here to see if I could fix any issues.
Oh.
Does it still sound like that?
Yep.
Yeah, you're very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going back to my old setting then.
Gideon, as you're sitting there contemplating, like sitting cross-legged, crisscross applesauce in front of you, appears Grits.
Hello.
Because it's the first level, I'm level with you. So, when you go to fight the villain, gestures behind him to the giant hole. It's like, just a heads up because it's you guys' first time. What happens down there counts. Okay?
I'm sure.
Okay? You've been warned.
Before you disappear,
You're not there.
Is
You're out in
there-
the field.
oh, you son of a bitch.
Because that's happening in here.
Boss fights are usually for keeps.
Just wanted you to know. Pass it along if you feel like it, or don't. You'll call.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Shade away.
Did we- Dang it, I was gonna ask him one thing.
What are you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask if we get a quick port back to town just...
Oh, you got no answer.
Yeah. I come down off my perch. Come over here to everybody else. Hey guys.
Who are you talking to?
Oh,
Yeah,
our
you
favorite-
don't know he was talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You were somewhere else.
Oh. Sorry.
Hey guys, I think we should run back to town right quick before we continue on.
Why do you say that?
I mean, if we die down there, it's looking like there's not going to be a respawn on this one.
And so you're saying it's the big bad for this area?
Yeah.
Then yes. That's all you needed to say.
And we also have a lot of color to expend. 'Cause if we die,
not
we
me
also
anymore.
lose color.
Well, it can't hurt.
But
Mm,
I say we go back right quick and hurry our butts back here. Try to make it a quick shopping, quick shop.
if we're going back to town to you, I'm gonna stop by my my place of worship and get a quick prayer first before we leave again.
All works.
And were the imps and Thorn Devil?
Find them.
Fine.
Spine devils.
Spine Devils. Where they fell and crumbled, did anything get left in its wake?
Nope.
Alright.
Because we didn't kill them.
Why is
The
there
tree
a whole
did.
bunch of stuff on the map now?
Like what?
Well,
I
if
don't
you
see
look
it.
on my stream, it's like there's Kalmia Felox 2 squares, Already Do 2 squares, Bubba with the triangle.
So yeah.
Oh, looks like it froze. Looks like it froze on me. On you.
Eh. Whatever.
Yeah, because I see the town.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No. Okay, here.
No, yeah. He can look at different screens than us.
Aha.
Yeah, I don't see any of the. Oh, I see the squares thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, I
right.
see the two measurements. I don't see one from you,
Yeah.
though. Well, if you guys go ahead and just like do
And
your
I
measurement tool.
can't
real
make
quick.
them go away either.
I refreshed to get rid of them from me.
Yeah, what
Refreshing
it
get rid of
is,
them.
it's just like the measure tool being bugged real quick is all it is.
All right, you guys make your way back to town.
You want to move it back to the town screen?
Nah.
All right, go see Griggs. Or Griggs.
You gonna go see Grits? Are you gonna go by the fountain?
Yep.
Yes.
Might as well do a quick stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Splish splash.
Splash, yeah.
So when you guys make your way back to the town, when you guys make your way back to into the town, it's like everything is draped in blue. Like there are blue banners with a metallic-looking woman emblazoned on them. It's like before earlier you saw townsfolk wearing different tabards. Everybody's wearing a blue tabard now, and like everybody's gathered. And the orb in the middle, Rhyme Tongue, you'll notice this, especially you and Kier, since you guys both went that way. On the big orb, the broadcasting thing, is just like the greatest hits of the Iron Maiden eviscerating former champions.
Is there a soundtrack
No.
other than screams?
Nope, just screams.
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the orb.
It bounces off of it.
About to say, I'm gonna duck.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna watch the orb.
Alright. A very tall, slender woman, head to toe metal. Just like proceeding to like either through the use of chains, her own hands, a sword, just like tearing the flesh off of people.
Where are the chains attached? Like on her, like wielding them like whips, or like are they like kind of like down in the area?
They're down in the area. Some are hanging off of her. Sometimes they seem to have a mind of their own. Sometimes they don't.
Prehensile! Yay!
I'm gonna stick my hand in the fountain.
Feel yourself to full there, Rhyme Tongue.
Yep.
So,
Also, Sorry. Alright, does the woman in metal look anything like the... Did the whole party see the woman outside of the tavern, or was it just Gideon? a few games ago where we were like talking about how
Oh,
I might have to
it was just
stuff.
Gideon.
Okay.
On the largest banners map, I'm going to cast Precipitation to soil the cloth. A cubic foot of it.
Nothing happens to it.
I hate this place.
Are there townspeople around?
Yeah, they're all wearing blue tabards.
Okay. They're not interacting with us or anything?
Nope.
Let's go see our little friend there.
Okay. Matt, the shops are still open?
No.
Not even Grizzit?
Grizzit is. But, like, I think Kier was talking about just in general shops.
I was.
Nope, everything's closed. All the townsfolk are quiet and have taken a knee and are just kneeling there in town, facing the orb.
I'm going to kneel with them.
Excuse me, fucking. I'm good. I'm not. Excuse me, Dula. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm assuming paying respect, Taro?
You're paying respects to somebody who has your fucking brother about to be killed.
No.
Actually,
Well,
No,
one of the
people dying.
townsfolk, as you say that, Ryan Town's like, Brutalis has her brother. The maiden does not.
And I was kneeling for the fallen. They did not look like they passed peacefully.
very few in our line of work do.
Ramdung's gonna just storm off and start walking towards Grizzit.
Gideon, you're already on your way to Grizzit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get to
Never.
the door. It's like door opens. It's a big black void. As you step in, a couple of lanterns start lighting up. A very, very jaunty, happy tune starts playing. Starts playing. Nope, not that one. Click the wrong one.
It's playing.
Starts playing.
Grizzit.
As
Grizzit
Grizzit's
kicks
shop starts filtering in and piecing itself from out of nothing into existence. Then, happy, short, squat goblin hops up on top of the thing and just starts.
Hello.
Gideon, my boy, how we doing, man?
Oh, we're doing all
You
the
are
things.
so freaking blue. You can't even see any of the other colors. You're so blue.
Da-bo-dee, da-bo-da, da-dee, da-bo-da.
Ah. It was going through my head. I couldn't do it though. I'm very blue. The blueness of blueness. I'm the only
Like
one
a
here right now.
Smurf.
What's that?
It's something we're not allowed to talk about because we don't have legal rights.
Understood. Here to shop some wares.
Oh, heck yeah. What you looking for, man?
Healing items, maybe?
Healing items? Like what? Like a regenerate? Holy shit, where'd you get that cloak?
Some dragon.
Man, dude, some poor sod fucking lost that thing from me like 20 years ago. Anyways, good on you. Anyways,
Those dragons were no joke.
yeah, no, bonus stage is legit. Comes with a lot of good, but it's a man, they fucking suck. Alright, so you looking for healing items? Like what kind of healing items we're talking about here? Because if you're looking
like
for
multiple
potions, that
use.
shop's closed.
Yeah, no, I like multiple use, like wands or rods or something.
Wands or rods or something of healing? Okay, hold on. Let's cycle. I'm guessing we're gonna try checking blue first, right?
I'm blue or purple.
Blue or purple. All right, let's check our inventory. Like, turnstile wall starts gesturing and things move, and it's like there's a wonderful brass rod, and there's what looks like a shepherd's hook made of silver as well. These are what I got.
All right, what is the shepherd's hook?
Shepherd's hook. That is Sir Gregor's hook of returning. Pretty much like when the spirit goes to leave the body, you hook it, and you put it back in the body. It doesn't come back up fully healed, but at least they're immediately right back in the fight.
I like the implications of that. What was the other stuff he pulled?
Oh, that is the Sandor Special, as I call it. And pretty much it looks like you're throwing like a firework or a fireball at something, but anything that's in the blast range gets a heal.
That's useful. How much is that?
The freaking the rod?
Yeah, the firework thing.
The firework rod, aka Sandor Special. That one will run you 3,000 blue.
Ooh.
Good thing you went to that bonus stage, eh?
Mm-hmm. Keep that handy. I'm gonna come back to that.
I don't know if I'd possibly be able to do that. Gestures and like moves off to his sidebar.
There's a basic item.
I don't do basic.
It's still magic. And it is called the Dust of Corrosion. We used to use it to get through like locks and things at back in where I came from.
Sorry, man, I don't do basic. You'd have to go to the magic item vendor for something that's common. I only
okay.
deal in antiquities and specialities.
Okay, understood. So what kind of daggers?
Oh man, I got so many kinds of daggers. What kind of dagger?
Wait, no, I don't need daggers. I need let's see. Hallelujah. A rapier. We've already looked through rapiers.
We couldn't afford rapiers last time, so we.
Oh, hey, Rhyme Tom, what you doing here?
Oh, hello. Good.
How
I need somebody else to help me give me some ideas.
How you doing, man?
Where's everybody else?
Fucking praying to the fucking evil person.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Oh, hey, the gang's all here.
Oh, good. Everybody else can help. Good. I don't have to think of all this on my own.
I mean, let's be
Right,
honest. Let's be honest. You kind of are.
Hey.
You got any magical rapiers?
This again? Yeah, I got magical rapiers.
I mean, this again. I mean, we now have a blue guy over here.
Look, I'm just saying, you've asked me to look at my magical rapiers before. You have seen them. Yes, I have magical rapiers.
I don't remember them, though.
Well, that sucks.
Right. Before we get going on anything, I want to point out the special. Apparently with the special, if you throw it, everyone it blows up, and everybody friendly
No, you shoot it like you shoot it like a wand, man.
Okay, you shoot it.
Anybody that's in the blast radius of what gets shot gets a good heal.
Pass. That's anybody.
Just be careful where you shoot it.
How much was it?
Right, because we're always so very separate from our enemies. Right,
So
Camilla?
we're very careful.
I mean, some of you are.
I'm agreeing with Kira on this one. What's the other? What's the other one?
Oh, the hook?
Yes. This doesn't look like a healing item to me.
It kind of is ish.
It's a
If you
resurrection
die-
item more than a healing item.
Yeah.
Considering where we're going and the fact that it's all, no help, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Matt, out of curiosity, which goblin did I offend?
His brother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You offended Dritz. This is Gritz.
That's why I wanted to make sure.
Yep.
What exactly does the hook do?
When your soul leaves your mortal coil, you're able to hook the soul and put it back in the body, returning the person from death back to life.
How much is that one?
Oh, that one is 2,500 perps.
How many times can it be used?
I believe it's like 4 times.
Can it be used on the same person multiple times?
Yep, it's
turn
4.
after turn.
It's 4
As I look
uses.
at Kalmia.
It's 4 uses. Yep.
I have
What's the-
1,300 perp.
How far away do you have to be?
I mean,
Like
it's
within reaching range, or
you have to hook the soul, man.
Can you hook it from a distance?
no?
You'd have to be adjacent, I'm assuming.
It's a shepherd's hook. It's not no grappling gun.
Although, no.
Like I said, I got 1,300 perp. If I don't know what everybody else has floating around.
Don't forget, you can convert other colors.
Sure.
And how? I don't like the AoE heal, but it's the only healing option he gave you.
I've got 50 purple. You're welcome to it.
Anybody else have purple?
I have 100.
Alright. 100 D. Yeah?
I've got some. Matt, when I picked up the orbs earlier, did it go back to what I had before, plus
Yep.
whatever?
Plus
Right.
deadly stuff, yeah.
Okay. I've got 150 purple.
And 25 for me.
Oh, so 175 purple.
Yeah. So 175.
Plus my 25.
Okay, so 200, 350 plus that. So that puts us at 1,650 purple total.
I think so.
What are typically your green items?
My green items, they're more like nature stuff and things.
Mm-hmm. And what about
Do
your
you-
reds?
Fire and things.
Do you have any resurrection items that are in blue?
Nope. Only in purple.
Any healing items?
That's in blue.
Right. So
Do you have, like, rings of regeneration or anything?
Again, oh, you weren't here. I don't deal in your basic bitch magic items. I deal in specialized specialities and antiquities.
The good stuff.
Correct.
do you have intelligent items?
All my items are intelligent, friend.
That's something.
I can only imagine something getting knocked over in the storage room and an argument starting.
Gideon, give yourself 100 purple.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Jan.
So, while they're deciding healing stuff through there, can you show me your rapiers again, please?
Sure. Just kind of like gestures at the wall and like 5 rapiers appear.
If I can.
Can you tell me what they do?
Yeah, sure. This one's quick. So like can attack more. This one does more damage. That one has looks at ice capability, like does ice damage, kind of like what Thunderous over there's got. So you're fast, strong, ice. That one. This one is is Rapier of Agility, makes you faster. Not like attacky faster, just in general faster. And then this one over here, this guy, it's special. It's a special.
How much is the special one?
2,000 of each color.
Thing.
But that
pretty
one,
special.
That one, as much harm as you would do to a target on guard A and what has, it's like, it'll heal you for that much damage with which you do.
Really?
No, I'm just lying about my magical wares.
You already offended one person. Please don't offend him.
I'm sorry, trying to express how impressed I was.
I'm just joshing.
Okay.
I'm just joshing you, Kier. Just because my brother hates you doesn't mean I hate you.
You really need to apologize to him.
The next time I see him, I will be happy to do so.
Oh, you're not going to be able to see him.
Oh?
Yeah. He took away all your divinity stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as he is divine, you're not going to be able to see him. You can't communicate with the divine anymore.
Oh no.
How?
What, you just think we were
Man.
normal goblins?
Would someone who
Interesting.
said you're God
No.
say yes?
Well, that's racist.
I never
much was
assumed you
the-
were normal goblins. I assumed you had to have something special about
And
you.
you assumed we were evil?
I don't recall calling any saying
Clicks
goblins
on the
are
orb.
evil.
You talking to Rhyme Tongue, talking about goblins are evil and stuff. Just like quick replay.
The whole reason you
Okay,
lost
did I
your
say it
divinity.
that
You
way?
did. That's why the
You
other
did.
goblins showed up and stripped you of your divine stuff.
Okay, that's.
You did.
Would you? Okay.
Rhyme almost
you
agreed with you.
Would you be willing to pass on an apology, or express my wish to apologize to him if you are so inclined?
Sure, I'll pass it along.
That's all I can hope for. Thank you.
Anytime. Your man Grits, a helper.
How much you said the purple hook was?
Purple hook was, oh god, what was it?
2,500.
2,500 perps.
A little bit of conversion and gathering up the purple from everyone else. We can get that. If I convert for 25.
Conversion is 2 for 1. Don't forget.
How much is the healing wand of blasting?
3,000 blue.
3,000, I believe.
And you have mainly blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is blue.
How many charges are on the wand?
The wand, 3 before needing to recharge at a resting place.
I don't like the wand as it can. When we rest, it charges. He said.
That is indeed what I just said.
We probably like plug it in the fire or something weird like that, and you have to, plug it in one side and flip it because it didn't fit right, and then you got to flip it back in the original way it fit the first time. That weird thing, kind of thing.
Are you insulting
I
my
have
wares?
no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's just one of those times where like you try to plug something in and it's not correct, but it is actually correct. It's not an item
Are
problem.
you trying
it's
to
a
say
person
there's
problem.
something wrong with my designs?
No, it's a person problem, not you. Not a you
He's
problem.
saying user error.
Yes,
Cool.
your designs are perfect.
Dang right.
Maybe a little bit insane sometimes, but perfect.
But they work.
If it's crazy and it works, it's not crazy.
That's called goblin engineering.
I mean, comparing both items together, the healing item is probably better for us, as it is our color as well, that we need, that we have mass amounts of. Whoever has it just needs to make sure they don't heal enemies. I'm going to look at the lore.
I will also be glancing at the lore.
I'm gonna look up because Dolores been like thinking to herself, and then like look at you both, wondering why you're looking at her.
I've had an abacus out this whole time, just kind of moving numbers back and forth.
And
My vote is for the healing.
I mean,
the healing blast one.
Gideon, you know you could just like use the orb here on the desk and it'll like do the math for you, right?
Yeah, just making sure we all had everything that we needed, I guess.
Speaking of the orb, Gideon, and I'm gonna walk over to the orb and place my hand on it. Here, you can just take all of mine. I don't have enough to buy anything at this point anyway.
Okay, so what's yours?
Well, I'm giving you all of the colors I have.
Okay.
So it's whatever Dudley dropped earlier, because I forgot to write down the numbers. I know some green and some stuff.
I'll just give you your numbers, and I'll give numbers that you should picked up from me.
Okay, 100 blue, 150 purple, and 100 red.
So 50, 75, 50.
Yeah, but I also picked up all of both mine and
How much blue?
100.
Okay.
Now,
And then
just real fast, because I'm not a total dick or anything, right? Once you clear Maidenland, it's like blues are going to be way more scarce.
Okay. I see what's going on.
Right.
But blue is for healing items, correct?
Blue is for one healing item, yeah.
Yeah, so blues are for healing items. We buy our healing item now. We don't need another blue unless we need more healing items.
You say that, but don't forget, gestures to super fancy rapier that's still on display. Still need 2,000 blue in order to buy
I know.
that. I'm just trying to be helpful and make sure you guys are weighing your options carefully. That way you can't come back to me and be like, Grits, you fucked us. What the fuck?
Gideon, how much do you have for each color here, real quick? Before that, I'm gonna put my hand on the orb. I'm gonna give you my grand total that I had before, since Columbia did not keep track of it.
Which was?
So total of 10 red,
Okay.
total of 50 purple,
Okay.
50 blue, 100 green.
Alright.
I am also gonna walk up to the orb and give you all of mine as well. And whenever you're ready, I'll give you the numbers.
Ready?
Okay. So I have 100 green,
Okay.
120 blue, 100 purple, and 50 red.
Ain't math fun, kids?
Mmm.
seems very familiar to what we had tried to do in the first episode.
You said you are helpful and you sell top quality items and wares.
That's what I said.
Do you also by chance sell information?
Nope.
Do you know anyone who does?
Nope. Generally, you just ask questions and people will answer you, myself included. It's not a sell, it's a give.
I have a couple of cuts and bruises from before. I don't even remember how I got hurt. I must have stepped on something.
Must have.
Such a shame.
I am going to go out and I am going to take a quick dip in the fountain, do a couple of things. I am aware that I am out of the element that is what this place is, so
That means you're
Spend
perfect
my
for
earnings?
it. You're so good, you're so pure of heart. You're like the perfect champion of good, Delore. Don't let other people get you down.
I'm gonna smile genuinely Dritz.
Okay.
Grits.
Ritz.
Dritz. Sorry. I don't ever talk to the goblins, so I
fine.
always forget the names.
It's okay.
But I will
You're like
be
the only
right
one who
back.
speaks. If
I will
I
be
may
right
ask, what can you tell us about the Iron Maiden we're about to fight?
That you don't already know?
Yes.
She big? She bad?
You make you real sad.
Like, could you clarify, specify?
Does she have a preferred attack or a preferred range? Is she particularly weak to a certain kind of magic or damage?
Does she cast spells?
I was running on the assumption she casted spells just to be a big bad guy here.
No, she don't cast.
Not
no
everyone uses spells.
She don't cast no spells.
Really?
I don't think. Hold on. Well, she does have like one thing that's like really trippy, but I can't really describe that because it's different for everybody that encounters it. Let's see here. Most of her like magic doodads come with her chains.
Most.
Yeah. Well, all of.
Okay.
Let's see here. She is resistant to cold, obviously. Let's see here. She's immune to fire. She's immune to poison. And standard stuff like like everything else in her area. Like if it's not silver or magical, it's not gonna really hurt her that much.
Okay. Does she have anyone down there with her?
Nope.
Minions or the sort?
Nope. Anything that goes down there dies.
Is there? Do we have to fight her, or is there some kind of mechanic we can just do to not fight her?
Oh no, the mechanic things are like like the clearing all the
Yeah.
mobs and trash and everything. The ads.
I mean, she's trash.
The ads people. Oh, she's not trash. She's a venerated
She is.
villain.
She'll be trash once we're done with her.
How
Sure,
does
champ.
one become a venerated villain?
That I don't know. That's an Osmo question.
Hmm.
I don't know where the venerated villains come from. Some of them are like really old. Some of them are kind of new. It's like he cycles them out every couple of seasons, except for fan favorites like Brutalis. Everybody loves a good promo.
It was impressive. I remember Gideon saying that if we die down there, we die for real. Does that apply to her as well?
Oh no. I mean, or technically it might. I don't know. That again, that's an Osmo question.
Well, it sounds like she hasn't lost yet, so we don't really know that answer well.
She hasn't lost yet?
I mean, venerated villains have fallen before in the past seasons.
Have they come back after falling?
Of course, Brutalis has been beaten like twice, I think. Total.
Hmm.
Out of
But everybody loves them.
out of like 76 seasons.
Well,
You guys have a really good chance against him.
out of curiosity, why?
Looks pointedly at Gideon. Because not all of you would just go charge forth and fight the bad things. Some of you use your heads.
Very well.
Again, when my brother put this group together, it was with purpose and with reason. You all balance each other really good. You should rely more on your teamwork than charge off and do things on my own.
Some people need to participate.
Or
for teamwork to happen.
some people like maybe not go charge off on their own, just stand there and get charged on their own. Looks at Calmia.
So the wand is figuring out what other protective item.
Oh, protective. That's a completely different category.
Okay,
Would you like to look at our protective items?
I would indeed.
Is there a particular color you desire to peruse?
Blue is still a thing.
Blue is still a thing. Blue it is. Show me protection items. Turns, points, little blue sparks fly out of his fingers, hit the wall, and like the wall shifts.
Ding.
I'm like, all right, we got ourselves a nice, handy, sturdy, pops it a couple times, leather doublet of regeneration. We got ourselves here, let's see here, this wonderful, like, pulls off like a taloned, like, gauntlet thing. It's like, this thing here, it's like, if you do, like, your melee strikings, it's kind of like the rapier. It's like, it'll heal you for a bit for every damage you do. Sets down. It's like, oh, protection. What else we got? Oh, this guy right here, though. And it's like, pulls off just like a silver chain. And it's like, this guy? Not to use like meta terms or nothing like that. Not that you'll understand what I'm saying, but it gives you a +5 to your AC. On top of the armor you're already wearing. How cool is that?
How much is that?
Oh, this guy right here? The chain?
Yes.
This chain?
Yes.
This chain is 3,000 blue.
I'll be right back.
Okay, see you later, Delore. And that's why we have our conversion system in place. That way, you know, like, if you only have like so much left over from blue area, and like, let's say you guys, for some reason, decide to go to like purple next. It's like, you know, like you'll get a whole bunch of purple, but you're not gonna get that much blue. And now, like, you know, you can convert some purple back to blue, or you can convert blue and go full tilt into perps. You know.
How much is the doublet?
The doublet. Doublet's a nice, cool 1,000 blue.
Does that out of game? Does that take up the armor slot, or?
You would have to wear it as your armor, yeah.
Okay.
It'd be leather armor.
Okay. Al, could you use the regeneration armor?
Oh, regeneration armor?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have medium armor, Kalmia, as a proficiency?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't actually know that one.
What was your first class? What was your first class?
Bard. So,
Then, then I think you. I know you at least have light.
I have light armor.
Then that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't have medium or. Yeah, no.
Leather is light though.
Yeah.
Oh, then cool.
But
Light armor.
also,
Thank you, Dylan.
outside, completely out of character just for you guys. I do also have Draconic Resilience, which, as long as I'm not wearing any form of armor, I do gain my sorcerer level to my AC, though.
So you could just say that it's not going to be worth it for you, probably?
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking more at the regeneration side of things.
All right.
I mean, you got to deal damage, the regenerate damage, right?
Not with the
No,
doublet.
yeah,
The
that
doublet's just
character-
regeneration.
If we're gonna get anywhere near combat tonight, we need to be going.
We do.
Or you guys can save the boss fight for the start of next game. It's entirely
Yeah,
up to
that's
you.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it's only 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes to midnight.
Yeah.
Just imagine he's still wearing the mask. It's hot in this room. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
It's like
you're
my
fine.
face
you're
is
a
my
trooper
face
for
is
keeping it
so
on that long.
my face is so sweaty now.
He's got the too much role-playing
It
sweats.
doesn't help.
Yeah.
Starting to knock back rum.
Hey, Griff, just out of curiosity, and I'm going to unclasp the amulet
Yeah.
and lay it on the counter.
Oh, you returning?
I was wondering, what would you appraise this at? And before I even fully
2,000
got them.
blue.
Okay.
Yes, my magical wares that you find out in the land, I will happily buy back from you.
Hey, we got several mega limbs not being used.
Yeah.
We
What
do.
about the the sword. Either the sword. Yeah, the sword is the one where we're like just passing around.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out the +4 bubble sword.
Oh man, the great sword of Tyr. Hell yeah! It's been a hot minute. It's been a couple decades since you found your way back here, baby. Ain't that right? I missed you
Hey.
too. I missed you too, Grits. I missed you.
Peter and Kier, it was meant for. It should have been.
Should have been.
For him, I'll give you. I'll give you 3,000 perps.
Okay, that would get us the crook, and then have some purple left over.
Out of curiosity, and I put the great axe down. What would this go for?
And that one, I don't know. I'll probably give you like 2,000 red.
Okay, out of character, half of me is like, if I'm using that greatsword, I legitimately have like a 24 AC, but
Mm-hmm.
That bubble's not indefinite, isn't it? Only momentarily.
It is not indefinite now.
it's while you wield it till
You
what,
don't
first
know.
strike or
The
something?
identification did not declare how it works, just what it does.
Ah. Okay.
I mean, honestly, the thunder damage is probably worth more than anything because not very many things are honestly resilient to thunder damage.
Hmm.
More snacks from Artie.
I'm drinking oranges.
Hell
And it came with a fork in the lid, which is kind of cute.
We could always put some points towards that rapier.
I'm looking at the items that are mostly, like group beneficial.
It'll benefit the group.
Grits, you don't by chance store items, do you?
What do you mean store items?
Well, if I didn't want to be carrying around 7 swords, is there a place in town I could leave them
There's the bank.
for safety? There's a bank?
Yeah, there's a bank. What good town doesn't have a bank? Granted, it's
Bad
like
towns.
limited slots and stuff, but you can buy more slots.
Okay.
You know, like a normal bank.
Like a micro bank.
I'm sorry, we don't really use them where I'm from.
That's cool.
Yeah, you put it in your hoard, right, Calmia?
What?
I said, we Dragonborn put them in our hoard, don't we, Calmia?
I'm staying out of this one.
No, this is a direct quote from you, actually. I put one of the silver longswords on the counter. Is this yours? Is this one of yours or not?
No.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to check.
Give you 10 red.
Well, while they're thinking and disputing, you still got that minigame going on. But as I put out one of the candles with for the station.
Nope.
Oh.
That is a limited time event.
You said it was 3,000 blue for the chain?
Yep.
I said that's what I was looking at, the chain or the leather armor for Cal. Cal gets hit a lot. I don't know why, but it happens.
Oh, she
That's
made
squishy double caster.
She made an enemy of the imps. Don't worry, you guys aren't gonna run into them anymore. They're all dead.
I'll be honest, giving Calmia more AC, more protection probably isn't the best idea, and she should just be in the back anyways.
So that's why I was thinking the regeneration. So if it gets knocked down, you get back up.
Delore,
I mean, she's a squish.
Delore, you're
she
still
hits, she
outside,
dies.
right?
No, earlier when I gave the gems, I said that I was gonna go heal in the fountain and do a couple of things.
Yeah, so you're still outside, right? You're out doing those things, right?
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant, like, am I still in with the party?
No. You're still
Okay,
separate
sorry.
from party.
Yes.
The orb goes black for a moment.
Okay.
Then a very sad, like, think Sarah McLachlan Save the Animals style song starts playing on like lutes and flutes and like all kinds of D&D equivalent musical instruments.
In the arms of the angel.
And Goblin, there's and Goblin, those lyrics are playing, being sung. And
It's a goblin, so we can't be copy striked.
and there is like scrolling of images of like all these different like imps and spine devils. All of them have names. It's like survived by their families listed, so on and so forth. Slain in season 76 by the champions of good. Like Cal, survived by his wife and 3 kids.
Fuck! Why did you do that?
It's like so on.
Emotional damage.
Every single creature you've run into out on that level had a family, had kids.
Is there a way to contact them? Jesus! Call this number now! Save a
I think
life
they're being
today.
contacted right now, dear.
Receive a plush blanket.
If there is, it's not ever listed.
Shit!
Good.
Fuck you!
Here I was rooting for Delore to have Cal as a familiar.
Sorry, how
this
many
whole
kids
time.
was that? 2?
Cal had 3 kids.
3.
And a
Fuck,
wife.
man.
And a wife.
And a wife.
I know!
Don't forget his
God
extended
damn it.
family.
I'm about to take 5 familiars of spell and make it an imp and name it Kel and just punch every single time I feel anger.
I hate you.
I really think that Delore would kill you for that. I genuinely do.
I think Artie would kill you for that.
Alright, back inside. Magical item.
I think we should try to enforce each other's roles that already partake. So anything for Kalmia should help her with sleep or other spells she uses.
Yes, but Krutha doesn't sell spell foci.
No, but there's other things to increase spell potentials. And there are magical items that can be used for that kind of stuff.
Having not really looked into the topic, I wouldn't know.
I've never looked into it
That
either.
item has already been care packaged away to you guys.
I'm going to recast my disguise self, and I'm going to reveal my armor that is not metal,
You mean your leather?
my leather armor. The leather doublet can be worn by more than just Kalmia too.
Ah, okay. Because regeneration seems really good. It's only 1,000 blue. So, right now I have the special, the Healy special.
Sandor
the
special.
Sandor special, excuse me.
special.
Sandor special. Let me write that down.
So when you do that, Kier is just staring at you for a minute and then just and walks out.
Deadly, your mic did not work at all.
You son of a bitch, Mike.
That hasn't worked.
Paladins that don't wear heavy armor get weird looks.
That has absolutely nothing to do with this. Or are you talking to Kier or were you talking to Krutha?
Talking to Kier.
Nope. walks out.
I mean, 11 plus my dex, which is like 14, so I'd be losing 2 AC, which means I'm more open to being attacked.
So,
I'm trying to
Matt,
justify me having the leather doublet.
I'm gonna be down here by the cannons, just looking out at the seashore and thinking for a minute. Who's that? Oh. While I don't speak the words, I do start humming the tune after 1 or 2 times around.
What was the regeneration on that leather doublet?
We don't know.
You don't know. It's about 1,000 blues worth.
You have anything to make spells more potent?
Nah.
No magical staffs or anything? Or
Nope.
wands?
Nope.
Assassin's daggers.
Huh?
Daggers for assassination,
Like murder
Are you talking
daggers?
about ones that have like little poison channels in them?
potentially.
It sounds like a basic item.
No. Depends on what all gets enchanted into it.
I mean, I had I had a magic murder dagger once, but it got lost a while ago. Maybe you'll find it out there.
Does it crave cake?
No, it just craves being fed.
I think I
I
killed
think we
Arden.
found it.
Yeah.
Delore has it. She named it.
Off in my bed. You're cleaning my sheets for me.
Eli's probably going to be very sad before long.
I mean, deadly.
just
You
gonna
still
put
technically have 2.
Oh, then both.
Okay. Delore, take 12 damage.
Oh.
Fuck you, man.
The emotional damage is strong.
You're lucky I haven't gotten to the fountain yet.
Alright, so should I go ahead and spin the blue now for what we already have chosen that we were going to buy?
Up to you. You're the one spending it.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and we'll spend the 4,000 blue currently for the Sandor special and the leather doublet.
Okay, put them on your inventory.
I give the leather doublet to the 2 behind me. Y'all can figure it out. I don't know. I'm good where I am. Between you 2, that's up to you.
Middle finger emoji in chat.
I've always wanted to use that one.
I'll keep the Sandor special on me for now.
Okay.
As for the Shepherd's Crook, we can trade in the Great Sword for the purple. Did you take it off? Take it back
sword,
with you?
That great sword and the axe came with me.
Okay, I didn't know if you left it behind or not. So 17. Math it up right quick. I have 1,700 purple. 25. I need another 8. So I convert 400 green and 400 red into purple and pick up the crook. What was the full name of the crook?
I don't remember.
Gideon's?
No, that's me.
No, Gregor's.
Thank you.
Gregor.
Right.
I knew it was a G name.
Sandor and Gregor.
Okay.
Really?
Yep. Did you just pick up on that?
Yes, actually. I never really watched it and I never read the books.
It's fine.
Alright, that bumps me. I am out of purple. Got 950 green. 760 red. And 2600 blue.
Gideon is literally the party sugar daddy at this point.
Sure would be bad if something bad happens to Gideon.
I know, right? He
Makes me
tossed
think
and
we
then
might need to go to the
dropped all
bank.
Yeah, bank's closed right now.
How many nights do we got left for this path?
For this path?
Mm-hmm.
5.
We can always take a long rest for this path.
And for the island itself, also 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're not there, Kier.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was out of character.
So, should I just hold on to everything else?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea for now.
Okay.
Might as well.
Should we split up the colors a bit while we're here? So if one person dies, it's not all lost.
We should probably not give anything to Calmia. No offense, Cal.
Well, Delore and Kier have vacated the premises. It's just 3 of us.
If you want, you can split with me. If Cal wants to, she can take some, but she dies a lot. No offense.
I'm gonna whack him with the scabbard for the longsword.
Careful, you might hurt yourself.
You know, I'll just hold on to it.
Gideon's like, you know what, never mind. All right, and we have 4 minutes left, so we're just going to go ahead and call it here.
No! Alright.
I mean, it's been 3 hours. We actually started on
hasn't.
time and everything.
No, I didn't.
Wait, did we actually start on time?
We actually did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Everybody was in early tonight. All right. With that being said, Kier the Joyful, who made your night?
Oh, man. The question, in terms of humor, I was honestly going to give it to the dragon cloak that Deadly's wearing, just for some of the jokes. But I know I can't.
If you want to give me the stuff and your party gets nothing, I'm cool with it.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I got to give it to Gideon for single-handedly wiping out everything that was going to fuck with us, and at the same time, absolutely crushing Dolores' hopes and dreams of a positive encounter between good and bad forces.
But Delore had lots of good encounters.
Can
Yes,
we
and
just
now
take
they're all
note?
dead.
This is like the 4th time Gideon has just cleared fucking everything by himself.
At least a second.
Not the 4th, no.
No, 3rd, my
It's
bad.
the 3rd clearing things. It's the 4th finding the correct way to do something. Because there's the trial, and then there was the fucking
fire.
the fireplace. There was the treasure chest, and now the tree. All right, Calmia.
Oh. You know, I'm gonna give it to Artie.
4.
For the most awkward fucking scene in this so far of just feeding the dagger.
The cake dagger.
That
Perfect.
just made me feel so weird the entire time.
A bit
Delore.
uncomfy.
I'm gonna give it to Deadly for being fed up with my bullshit.
There might literally be an AAPP moment in this fucking thing.
Rhyme tongue.
I'm going to give it to I'm gonna give it to Gideon for just being a stealthy boy.
Yeah.
It's a stealthy boy. That's
Stealthy-
a stealthy boy.
Stealthy boy doing work. And
Thank you.
Gideon.
Artie, because Artie made a blade. Made actually a feel thing for the demons. So when they played Arms of the Angel and Goblin, it hurt.
For 12.
There was
I'm gonna be
feels in there.
hurting, man.
Beautiful. All right. We are joined tonight by Calmia, portrayed by Ashley the Mage, Ashley the Brick, Ashley the Witch, the Brick. Kier, portrayed by Chef Corhall. Gideon, portrayed by Glandizzle. Delore, portrayed by Artie Tutu. And Rhyme Tongue, portrayed by the ever dapper, ever handsome, Deadly Ambitions. I am DM Daddy RPG, here to bring you the happy fun time tabletop RPG experience. Daddy loves you very much.